Hi there, this is Ray Whiting, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make these pleasure ribs. You saw them in the opening shots of the hat that I made a few weeks ago. It's already sold, or I'd show it to you here. But it's the same technique, just knitted in a round. As you can see, it allows these little bitty ridges to stick up, make nice texture. And on the reverse side, you don't see hardly any evidence that they're there except one little bitty row of double thick stitches. But anyway, people were asking for how to do it, so today's video is going to be how to do it. I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, be sure and leave your comments or questions down there at the bottom, down there in the comment boxes down below. And I'll talk to you later. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.
Alright, so we're ready to begin the third ridge of this little sample that I've knitted up. And you can see as you fold it down that we do actually have ridges sticking up in each place. Let me see if I can get that. There you go. You can see it sticking up from the surface. So this one we're going to make with pink. And I hope you like pink. I do. And normally, for most of my knitting, I will slip the first stitch. I cast on an extra stitch at either side in order to make a nice, neat edge. You may or may not want to do that, but when you're making the pleasure ribs, you do want to always knit every stitch all the way across, because when you're ready to finish the ridge, you need to be able to find the bottom of each stitch, and you need enough bottoms or butts in order to close up the ridge. So we'll go ahead and start knitting. Come back here. There we go. We'll start knitting, and don't worry about the tails. I'll show you how to hide those in just a moment, and when we get there to the end. So we knit, 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 and the first row you're going to knit the facing side. So you just knit all the way across, and I'm going to do just a couple of them here, and then I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to work the next 6 rows, and then I'll come back and show you how to close the ridge. Okay, so we just keep knitting across, knitting across, knitting across, and I'll come back to you in a few minutes when I'm ready. Okay? Alright, so I have now knitted 6 rows. The first row was all knit stitch to the facing side, and the last 5 were all purl stitch to the facing side. So that you have your stockinette field here, and all purl or reverse stockinette up here. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to flip this over and show you a little bit of technical stuff. This is my working yarn. I'm done with that, so I'll go ahead and cut that off. We could ignore that for a while. Pardon me. And see all these little pink bumps right along here? Each of these pink stitches? That's called the butt, B-U-T-T. That's the butt of the stitch, and up here is the crown of the stitch. And that's important, because all the way across we have to match a crown with the butt just below it. Unfortunately, here at the end, we don't actually have a butt. There's nothing for us to go into here. So we're going to make a butt by taking the tail that we left hanging, taking it around the working yarn, the yellow that we're going to use, and we're just going to tuck this into the space right there and just leave it there. And we'll get rid of that as well. See, this is one way you don't have to weave in your ends. We're going to hide them inside the pouch that we're about to make. So we have a crown and a butt. A crown and a butt that we're going to knit together with our main yarn. And here again, we're not going to skip or slip the first stitch because we need to work the stitch. And how we do that is we bring the butt. First we get the yarn out of the way, bring it to the front, bring the butt, carefully pick it up, and lift it onto the needle. Then take the working yarn back to the back and knit the crown and the butt together. The first one is always fiddly because you're working with loose ends, but that's alright. We just work it around slowly and bring it all the way through. And because those ends are loose and fiddly, we'll just give a little snug down a little bit there. Pull them together. From here on out, it gets much more easy. We bring the working yarn to the front. We come down here and we find the next butt right here. We lift that butt onto the needle, take the working yarn back, and we knit the crown and the butt together firmly. Pump, like that. So bring the working yarn to the front, find the next butt. I'm going to move these out of the way for now. We find the next butt down, and the way that you find the next available butt, if in case you get lost, is find your crown, and follow the crown, the front line of from the crown down, and here's the butt that you need to match up with that crown. Let me work further down and I'll show this to you again to make it more clear. That was kind of awkward to show you. Alright, we get the butt, put it on the needle, yarn to the back, knit two together. Yarn to the front, find the next butt, put it up, knit them together. And we do a power load. We move all our stitches up as far to the front as we can, just so we can work them more quickly. Okay, let me see if I can show you that again without losing focus here. Oop, wrong way. There we go. Alright, so there's the crown. There's the crown stitch, and we track all the other stitches straight down. Track all the other stitches straight down, and there's the next butt. Usually you can track it fairly easily down the column of stitches, but actually that's all you do all the way across. Bring the yarn forward, find the butt, put the butt on the needle, yarn to the back, and knit it. And you can see already that we are closing up that gap. And I want to show you something else. You notice here on the back side we have a long row of pink, but we don't have a long row of blue because we've closed that all up. The same with the yellow down here. We've closed up all of that big bump and knitted the butts and the crowns together all the way across. And that's basically all it is. It's just a matter of practice and learning the fiddly parts so you can do them up the way that you want to do them. And I'm probably not explaining this as well as I could, and I apologize for that. But my yarn is not cooperating with my fingers, and my yarn and my fingers are not cooperating with my mouth. But anyway, yarn forward, find the butt, butt up, yarn to the back, knit them together. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish the row, and then I'm going to show you the row when it's all done. Alright, so I'm nearly done, and I've adjusted the camera, bring it up a little bit closer. I'm like about 3 inches from the lens, so I hope you can see it without too much confusion. I've got just a few more to go. Yarn forward, find the butt up, knit them together, yarn forward, find the next butt, bring it up, and you'll find that you can use this stitch for all sorts of fun projects. And as I was working on this tutorial, I have come up with 2 patterns that I want to create with 2 different variations on this that I hope you'll enjoy when I get the patterns posted. Alright, next to the last. Alright, and now we come to the end, and we have 1 butt remaining. And it is right there. So, and it's kind of fiddly to grab that. But we reach in there and we grab it. Pull it up. Okay. And we put it to the needle. And we knit them together. And the row is done. And you have a single line of pink stitches. Plus our tails over here, but we'll deal with that in a minute. And now we can start working back in pattern again. And in this case, our pattern was a garter stitch border. So I'll go ahead and do that with a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then purl across with a garter border on the other side. And I will come back to you in just a moment. And here we have finished the project. I went ahead and completed the last stitch there, knitted a few rows with my barred borders. I failed to put a garter border on that side. See, I messed up. Oh, even the best of us mess up. Anyway, then I did a couple rows at the top, and we're going to call this one done for now, because you should be able to incorporate these ridges into just about any project you want, whether on a hat or a baby blanket or shawl. It makes a really nice little edge if you want to have like an edge on a hat, for example, such as this. It makes a nice edging. There's just so many ways that you can use it. But anyway, I hope you enjoy it. And be sure to visit www.knittivity.com for some of my hand-dyed yarns, patterns, and other projects that you can enjoy. Talk to you later. Bye.